Come on in, everybody. I haven't really had any noise on today, so let me see if I can find us some music. I don't want any sad music. I don't want any. Let's do a good deed doer, because that's what we're doing today is good deeds. That's a bit loud. Come on in.
I saw him standing there, sad look in his eyes. The kids ran to the playground, but each one passed him by. He was just a new kid here, but then I saw his face. My mama's words raced through my mind. It was like I heard her saying, be a good deed doer and do it every day. One kind deed will go so far to make this world a better place. Be a good deed doer and you may be surprised. Doing good to others makes you feel so good inside. Ooh, ooh. Up to him, I said, what's your name? His eyes began to sparkle and a smile crossed his face. He's not a stranger anymore, now he is my friend.
Oh.
My life has been better, all
Because my mama said, be a good deed doer and do it every day.
One kind deed will go so far to make this
It's
world
tea
a
time.
better place. Be a good deed doer.
Get in here.
Be surprised. Doing good
To others.
makes you feel so good inside.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Makes you feel.
Makes you feel. Makes you feel so good inside.
Makes you feel.
I feel good, so good
You feel. So
inside.
good inside. It makes you
Sing it.
Makes you feel. Makes you feel.
Inside.
So good inside. Makes you feel. Makes you feel. Makes you feel.
Makes you feel so good inside. How to get you going? Surprise. Hey, Carla. Okay, folks. You know, God don't make no junk. He makes no junk. We all can be redeemed in His eyes. We just have to ask forgiveness. You know, I talked yesterday a little bit about how everything I've ever done has prepared me for where I am today. I have cleaned houses for people. I have cleaned RVs for people. I've been a farmer. I've worked in a sawmill. I've always known I had the ability to do whatever I set my mind to do. God gave me 2 hands and a brain. And He gave me one other thing. Tenacity. Not going to beat this woman. No. Not going to beat this woman down. I'm a survivor. I am a survivor. And I have been so inspired yesterday and today by this little woman. I mean, she's little. She's a kindergarten teacher. And she didn't like having $25,000 worth of debt on her from her student loans. She didn't like that at all. So she figured she could make a dent in her student loans, even if it was just a couple of $100 a month. Guess what? By buying small pieces of furniture and painting them and reselling them on Marketplace on Facebook. Can you imagine? Now, Ben, when he was alive, He would buy things on Marketplace. Now, he was a mechanic. Ben could fix anything. He knew how to do stuff. He just needed the right tools. And his Aunt Marla helped him get the right tools to do things. But he could fix up cars. He could do lots of stuff. And he would do it through Marketplace. And he was a really good marketer. He knew where to sell stuff. He belonged to a lot of different like motorcycle groups, motorcycle fixer-upper groups, and that sort of thing. He could sell stuff. But this little girl, fresh out of college, still living with her parents, said, I can make a dent in my student loans, because when you get out of college, you got to start paying those student loans off. I know where they got a little bit of a break with the pandemic, but she decided she could buy a piece of furniture. And she teaches full time. She teaches kindergarten in Nebraska. And she just started doing it. And she set up a system. She tried to do 2 or 3 things a week. And list them on Marketplace and sell them. List them on Marketplace and sell them. She had $26,000 worth of debt. She didn't like debt. I don't blame her. I don't like debt. $26,000 worth of student loan debt. And you know what? January and February and March, she has almost paid that debt off. Can you imagine putting your mind to something and actually doing it? That's tenacity. That's consistency. And not only did she paint these pieces of furniture and refinish them, her name, her channel on YouTube is Furniture Flipping Teacher, I think. Her name's Lauren Hull, I believe. But she's got a following of about 50,000 people. And she's committed to every dime she makes on Marketplace by selling this. And she picks up furniture. People give her furniture. Her granny gave her some furniture. Her mama found furniture at Goodwill. She found stuff at the Habitat store. She's found stuff on Marketplace and bought it for little or nothing. She's found people who's given furniture away. And she takes it and she makes it look like brand new. Brand new. You got it? Brand new. And then she puts it back on Marketplace. And at the first day of every month, because I've listened to January, February, March, and April, she goes back over what she sold and how much she's been able to commit to her student loans. You know, she just lacks $4,000 paying it off as of April 1st. Imagine that. That's over $20,000. But she found another revenue stream on YouTube. And that was YouTube. Her videos became popular. And people started sending her money for a cup of coffee. And one of the people in the community said, set up a coffee thing. And people started giving her coffee money, like y'all give me stars. Now, I'm not asking for money. I'm just telling you, if you need some money, you got a brain and 2 hands and can buy a quart of chalk paint somewhere, you know, it's $16. You plan your menus, you can save that much in a week to be able to buy the things you need to take care. A piece of sandpaper and a block of wood and a paintbrush or foam paintbrush that you can wash out. Man, she has done an amazing job. 3 months. And she's practically got her student loan paid off. I don't know what. Plus, she made big money on the advertising on YouTube. Now, I pay to not get the ads, so I don't see the ads on YouTube. But she makes money on the ads. And she's set up relationships with Dixie Belle, who's a paint company. And she set up a relationship with Habitat for Humanity, which I understand that. I was the international spokesperson for Habitat for Humanity one time. And we built almost half a house. We raised that much money. But she's getting paid. So in the month of March, she needed a new tool for her job. She could add $25 for delivery for her products. And they went out and bought a truck. She and her boyfriend. I don't think her boyfriend lives at the house with her, but she lives with her mom and dad. And she teaches full time. She teaches full time, y'all. So she's looking for furniture. Her mom's looking for furniture for her. She's got her people looking for furniture. You just have to go check her out. It's the furniture flipping teacher. And I'm just blown away about what she has done. They paid cash $7,100 worth. This had nothing to do with the money they were putting back toward her student loans. Nothing to do with that. But she's also videotaping her stuff, and she's putting it into video. If I can make a video, anybody can make a video. And she's learned to use time lapse. So she sets the camera up while she's working, and we've caught some funny things happening. One time a dresser almost turned over on top of her. Now, she was safe. Her boyfriend was right there. But they're quite a team. He is a photographer, so he already had lights and things. But you can set up lights, you can set up lamps, you can do all kinds of things. She set up a staging area so she didn't have to wag her furniture everywhere. You know that backdrop I used to have on this wall that looked like shiplap? She tried using one of those backdrops. Didn't work. Because she's in a garage. So she put some boards up on the wall with her dad's help. And they bought 2 pieces of paneling. 2 pieces of shiplap paneling. Looks good. Puts a rug down, stages everything in front of it, takes 10 pictures of every item. Some with it staged, some with it not. Drawers opened, all kinds of stuff. She's meticulous. She doesn't like to get paint on the edges, so she tapes things off so she doesn't get paint on the inside of the sides of the drawers. And she just does some cute stuff. And as a result of her consistency, she's paying off her debt. And when you're not enslaved to credit card companies and mortgage companies, and you can pay cash for a car, wow. Wow. Yeah. So folks, if your arm ain't broke, and if it is, she'd still do it. I guarantee you she'd find a way to do it with her other arm. We can get things done. We have a brain. God's backing us. And it's all good. You just have to be willing. You know, when we started Fly Lady, we didn't know anything. We didn't know how to build a website. We didn't know anything. I could play and putter around on message boards and that sort of thing. And Facebook wasn't a thing then. So she does her stuff on Instagram. I've never really been a part of Instagram. Liz does Instagram for us, but I don't. But isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful to see how you can build a business with nothing? You go to the dollar store and get some sandpaper and a little thing of wood putty a can of spray paint for changing out some knobs on some stuff, probably $10 worth of stuff, and you got a business. And as you grow, you can add more tools. You can add a drill, you could add a orbital sander, little things like that. You could do it. No time at all. You get a supply of things. 1 quart of chalk paint, bam. It'll do 5-10 pieces. Doesn't take long. And when you watch her little videos, she teaches you how to do it. She's a teacher. And she's the best little teacher I've ever seen. Besides my daughter-in-law. So folks, if your arm ain't broke and you're in need of some money, find you a piece of furniture. Maybe it's a piece of furniture in your house that you want to redo. Pick something. Maybe you want to upgrade the furniture in your house and buy a new piece, sell something and make some money. Redo something in your house, sell it and make some money. You don't even have to have. All you got to do is put the word out there. God will send it. And you can do stuff. You can make money to pay your bills and not be a burden to anybody in any way, because you'll be self-sufficient. That's another one of my favorite. This guy lives out in the middle of nowhere in Canada. His YouTube page is self-sufficiency. Watching a guy in Germany redo his little cabin, little tiny house from the old days. It's 60 years old. It was a kit house. Put it together, and it's your summer house. You see, where there's a will, there's a way. And when you stay consistent with things, we started out, we had 8 members the first day. Then there were 10 and 25, and in a month there were 100. Now we have, I don't even know how many people on Facebook. Over 600,000. Now granted, Facebook doesn't show us to everybody. You got to share our page and like it and make a comment on it to get us up in the algorithms. They play terrible games with us. YouTube's just as bad, but I've never monetized YouTube, ever. Never, ever. Because I just didn't see any sense in it. Because when I think one time I spent about a month and we made like 20 cents. Scott Adams is the same way. He doesn't monetize his page either. It's just not worth it. But they found a way. And she's real transparent. She just lays it all out there for what she's made from YouTube, what she's made from sponsorships, what she's made off her product. So folks, where there's a will, there's a way. When you need to make money, you can do it. One time I made foam costumes. I made a trout costume. Got paid $300 to make a trout costume. Did you hear me? I didn't have anything but a couple of cans of spray paint and an electric knife. And I made a trout costume. I cut out the shape of a trout. I fixed it. I glued it together with some rubber cement that's in a spray, contact cement. And I had an 8-foot trout costume. I also made a food pyramid, but I hated that thing because I just didn't think it was right. And come to find out, it's not. They want you to have just a little bit of oil at the top, and now they changed it all out. They want you to have more meats and stuff at the bottom, and only just a little bit of carbs. Happy birthday, somebody. Happy girl. Well, thank you for all your prayers for Beckett. I get to look at her every day, 7 times a day. I go check her out and pet the screen and tell her I love her and ask God to watch over her. Thank you so much. Well, this next week we're going to be in our master bedrooms, y'all. Master bedrooms. You know, and I had the don't want us today. But Scott Adams taught me when you don't want to do something, take one step toward doing it. So what I did was I put on some lipstick. And then the next thing I did was I heated up my water for my tea. Well, I can't have tea without having y'all around. Then I got my phone out and set it up for Facebook. I came in here and set up for YouTube. Next thing you know, I'm listening to Good Detour. I got the I don't want us out of the way. So folks, consistency, determination, tenacity. I think tenacity is determination with consistency. Get your routines in place. Maybe you only spend an hour each day working on a little piece of furniture. Maybe that's all you need. You gotta, first thing you gotta do is take some Dawn dishwashing liquid and water in a bucket and a purple rag and wipe things down. You always gotta clean your furniture, she says. Because if you start sanding dirty furniture, you're just sanding the dirt down into it. She has a lot of common sense for a young lady. She really does. So folks, check her out. Subscribe to her channel. At the first of every month, she'll tell you how much exactly how much she made and what she did with it. They bought a truck free and clear, $7,100. And still put a lot of money on her student loans. You can do it. If anybody can do it, y'all can do it. I've seen you through some bad times. I've had my own bad times. We can get there. We do not have to beat ourselves up saying, oh, woe is me. No. This is like the parable of the talents, where the vineyard guy gave talents out to everybody. Well, to 5 people, I think it was, or 3 people. I have to look it up. But one person made money and gave what he made back to his master. He took the 1 talent and turned it into 10. Another one doubled it. And then one guy was scared he was going to lose it, so he buried it. So he gave the 1 talent back to him. And that was just not good, because he didn't even try to do anything with it. You know, you got a can of paint and a brush. Even a sponge will paint. And you can get something done. You got to clean it. There's steps to it. There's cleaning the dirt and dust off it. And dust gets under drawers and all kinds of... You got to take the hardware off. If you're not going to use the same hardware on it, you got to fill the holes with wood putty, wood filler. You have to sand it down. You have to prime it. However you're going to, are you going to stain it? Or are you going to paint it? But if you've got stain on it, you're going to have to prime it so the stain doesn't come through. Sometimes it takes a couple of coats of primer. And then you put your chalk paint on it, and you can distress around the edges if you want to. And then in the end, you put a final top coat on it, or you do a glaze on it to sort of antique. That's what we called it in my day, was antiquing. But they put a glaze over it to sort of change the top color a little bit. And then you put a top coat on it. And they even have this stuff called Gorilla top coat that can be used on dining tables and things and coffee tables that are going to have glasses sitting on them. So it's like a 5-step process. Clean, fill the holes, putty up the messed up spots, sand it down, prime it, paint it, and top coat it. Oh, we went to dinner last night, y'all. we went to the Chinese restaurant. I was craving sushi. And they said, where you been? Did you get your vaccine? I said, Robert got his. She said, are you going to get one? I said, no, I'm not getting one. But Robert got his. So I had to wear my mask inside. That's the rule now. You can't go inside without the mask, and you get to take it off while you're eating. But when you go to the buffet, you have to put it back on, and you have to wear rubber gloves, which I think is a good thing. Wearing rubber gloves, I always took a napkin to hold the spoons. Some people have a resale booth. Then people at the resale booth are going to take part of your profits. So folks, think of ways you can make money. Yeah, think of ways you can make money. If this little girl can pay off $26,000 worth of debt in 4 months' time, what's your problem? And she lives in Nebraska. I've been to Nebraska. Yep. Well, everybody, I love you all. I will talk to you later. Tomorrow, we're going to do weekly home blessing. Don't forget about our sales. Turquoise rags are not going to get reordered, so get them while we've got them. We got a great mop testimonial in from a lady who has a cleaning lady come in every couple of weeks. And she bought the mop and she hadn't used it, and she asked her if she wanted to use it. And the lady said, no, I'll just keep what I got. Well, the next time she came, she used the mop. She said, would you please order me one? Can I borrow this one? How cute was that? So, folks, put your head on. Get that common sense flowing. Look around. What have you got? What can you do with what you have to make a little extra money? It's free to post things on Marketplace, y'all. It's free. It is free. I've bought a lot of things on Marketplace. I've never really posted anything for sale. We did post Ben's car for sale there, but it didn't sell. But it wasn't supposed to sell. It wasn't supposed to sell because Justin and Emily have both had car trouble and we needed an extra car in the family. And they've had to borrow my truck a couple of times. So everybody, what are you waiting for? No more excuses. Excuses no more. Let's make it fun to get things done. Let's do it. I'll see you later. Bye.